What's up, guys? Welcome to Bilingual Now again. We have here Mari, and you guys at this point already know that she's a psychologist. Today, we're going to talk about self-confidence. So, Mari, what do you think about this topic? Did you like the idea of talking about self-confidence?
Yeah, sure. I like a lot the theme because the self-confidence is everybody wants to know a little bit about.
That's true.
First of all, I bring two authors to speak about this theme. So the first one is Rousseau. Rousseau believes that the man is just the environment. The man is good just for the environment, not for the feelings, not for another things, just for the environment. And the second one is Lucky, that we will believe in that. The man, he believes the between the environment and the internal reflections about the human being.
Okay, so like the physical world and the kind of emotional world. He believes in these two different things, and the other guy only believes in the defense, the physical world. Got it. So what is self-confidence, Mari?
Self-confidence is a result between the external relations and the experiences and with the international reflections human personality.
Internal reflections. Okay. And how is it built within the human being? Like how do I build self-confidence?
According with Freud, very famous, he believes that we consolidated the self-confidence until the 5 years old. Are you surprised? Yeah.
I really am, because I thought this is something that we developed throughout the years.
No, since we were born like 1 year old, we started to construct our self-confidence. So the baby starts to develop strategies and some impulses in his personality. So the parents have a big participate in the self-confidence about the children.
Wow. Is it possible to change? Because if you consolidate it when you're 5 years old, is it possible to change when I grow up?
Yes, we can construct the self-confidence, of course. We are growing like baby, then child, then teenager, and then adult. We can develop after, but the self-confidence, the most important is when we are a child.
Okay. And what if I grow up, because I say that for myself, I'm very insecure with a lot of things. Is that a reflection of the self-confidence it was built when I was a child?
I will give an example. When the parents started to say bad words to the son, for example, the baby is crying, and then you say, oh, you are boring. I don't want to speak with you anymore. I don't love you. So I stand the parents, say good things and explain to the children what is happening about his behavior. They say these words. So this started to destroy his self-esteem. So of course that we can change this. But
that makes sense. So that builds the insecurity in the child, that they need approval from other people and they feel that they are not valuable. That makes sense. What is the difference between self-esteem and self-confidence?
Self-esteem is related with self-confidence, because self-confidence is when you believe that you are capable to do something. And self-esteem is what you think about you, what you believe you are. I am good enough to do something or no.
Okay, and now makes sense. And what attitudes or what habits, if I didn't have like a safe environment and I grew up to be very insecure, is there any activities or any tasks I can do that will help me to develop my self-confidence?
Yes, the first one is to don't compare with other people.
But that's impossible. I do that all the time.
No, we can compare. We can compare, of course, when we see the other people doing something good as a good way, yes. But when you compare and you always think that you are not good enough comparing to this person, that is not good. You are destroying your self-esteem, your self-confidence. You are saying to yourself, like, I'm not so good to do that. I'm not competent. I'm not good enough to this situation. I think this is the compare, but with good things. If you are comparing like destroying you, it's not good. The second one, I think, is to take care about yourself. So how we do that? I think the most way is to do exercise. So you choose one exercise that you like swim, play soccer, I don't know, whatever you want to, you like most, and then you start to do, because the exercise is very important. It's a natural way that you feel better, you feel comfortable with your body and with your mental health.
That is true. You usually feel powerful when you finish exercising. You know, like you go for a walk, you walk 10 minutes and you come home, you feel like super powerful because you did something, you accomplished something. So that's the endorphin in our bodies, right?
Yes, I think it's a very good way to be better in your self-confidence. The third one, I think, is try to change the negative thoughts, positive thoughts. So if you are saying for yourself, I'm not so good, everything gives wrong for me, nothing in my life is good. If you are saying these topics for you, this is not good. You need to believe that you are success, you are capable to do. You need to change the negative thoughts to positive thoughts.
That is so true. I wrote an article for the website of Bilingual Now that teaches people tricks that are behind the listening exercises. So that is one of the topics I talk about. The negativity, the words have power. So when you speak and when you think negatively about yourself, you already start the task you are going to execute with a failure. You already start failing at it because your mindset is set for failure. So when you say, I can't understand, I don't understand anything in English, I don't speak English, English is terrible. When you start it like that, you're already set for failure because you're not going to go further unless someone pushes you further. So the first thing you have to remove out of your life in order to build up self-confidence is to stop saying that I can't do this, this is not good for me, or I'm never good at anything, or nobody loves me. Take off those vocabulary and replace. What can we replace it with? What words can we use that is going to help us to build the confidence? Like, is there any words that we can use?
Yes, I think we can say I'm capable, successful. If I don't know something, I need to try. If you don't try, if you don't practice, you will never learn. You need to take a risk.
And never think it's a failure, right? Like you can't look at it like, oh my gosh, I failed at it. No, you're just learning.
And the next one, we need to practice self-compassion. The example is treat yourself the same way that you treat your friend, your husband, your child. And sometimes you treat them better than you treat bad in a bad way. I think it's related with negative thoughts, but I think if you treat yourself better, the same way you treat the others is going to help also you. And the next one is to accept you will fail. So you need to try, you will fail, everyone does, you need to accept. So it's normal and you are learning, you will better if you try and practicing and more and more and more and more.
We gotta normalize failure. Hashtag normalize failure. Because once you're okay with not getting everything perfect, when you go through it and something happens, you're like, yeah, that's what I expected. So normalize failure, guys.
Yes, and be kind with yourself when you make some mistakes. The mistakes will happen. And to finalize, you need to experiment the things. You need to go to practice. You will never you learn if you don't start and practicing. For example, if you want to drive a car, but you are with fear before, you are afraid to drive, to do something wrong. But if you don't have the classes, if you don't start to practice driving after the classes with a car, doing mistakes or not, you will never truth about the fear.
Our mind always makes the scenario worse. So until we sit down in the car and really take it for a ride, our mind will always picture the worst. So we have to sit down in the car and really start practicing. So, our mind can say, okay, it's not that bad. I can do this. It's not that complicated.
We will only learn if we practice.
That is true, Mari. That's awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
Thank you so much. Those are very good practical tips of things that we can start doing to build up our self-esteem and our self-confidence. It's a really important topic, especially when people are learning English, like they have to pass over those barriers. And sometimes in their life, they heard people saying, you are never going to learn English, or you're terrible at English, or you're not good at doing this. We hear a lot of people saying this is their speech. So they're always negative about it. For you that learned, that watched this video until now, this is for you, okay? You are capable. You can speak English. You will do it right. Just quit saying those negative things about yourself. And I think this was the best video so far that we've done with this series. So thank you so much for bringing so much knowledge to share with us.
Thank you very much again. And the first, we need to believe in ourselves. First, we need to believe, and then the others. If we don't believe in ourselves, we will not do nothing.
That is true.
So thank you very much again. I'm very happy to be here. And follow me in Instagram, @Cepeda.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.